Welcome to United Delhi preview show, the Manchester Derby. What you want to see, Super Sunday. It's going to be an exciting one. I have Fallon Shaw here, talking everything about Manchester United and what to expect. What's up, Fallon Shaw?
Toby, it's always a pleasure to be here. I'm really looking forward to the match tomorrow.
All right. So before we go on, guys, if you're watching this, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the share button. We're on the road to our first 1,000 subscribers. Hit us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and also check us on YouTube. So we're trying to make the United Daily fan presence known in Nigeria and will be the first of its kind. So we'll go into the order of the day or the matter of the day. So we'll be talking about Manchester United. So what are your expectations for tomorrow's game, considering how we have performed in the last 4 games? We had a good run against Real Sociedad, which saw us win 4-0, then went to Newcastle, then back to Real Sociedad, and I think we had runs of draws. And now we're going into the game with 14 points behind Man City, and we all know how ruthless Man City is and how they've been on a win streak. They've been unbeaten in the last 20, although we have 22 or 21 unbeaten away game, been unbeaten away from home in the last 21. So what do you expect, or what are your expectations for tomorrow's game?
Okay, if you had asked me this question a month ago, I would have told you to the chance there would have been pressure on Manchester United to close up the points as against Man City. Back then we were just 3 points behind. But over the last 4 to 5 years, we really had lethargic performance. The gap has gone so wide. So there's really no pressure on Manchester United right now. We should go to the game with a positive mindset and believing we have every chance to hold Manchester. As brilliant as they are, actually hurt them with the players we have.
But don't you think we have pressure on us? If you look at where Chelsea stands now with the new coach Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea's record so far has been excellent. If we go into tomorrow's game and we end up losing the match, and Chelsea wins their game in hand, or if they win their game, that means that will be 3 points. So that means we'll be dropping 3 points, and that means Chelsea will be 1 point, and that automatically changes the Champions League spots. That will not be looking too good for us.
Yeah, but at the same time, we are playing Manchester United, Manchester City. This is arguably the biggest club in the world at the moment in terms of go and meet pundits. No, win tomorrow's game. If we win tomorrow's game, to be out of the box, not what them. Tomorrow it gives us positive mind to pressure Manchester United to deliver.
And speaking of biggest club, I doubt I regardless they are the noisy neighbors, so I don't see them as biggest club. I see them as the most club in form. But talking about the difference between both clubs, let's talk about the X factor for both teams. If you look at our stats, and it shows that the team has been over reliant on Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. Both have combined for I think 40-something plus goals for the team whenever they play well. So and if you look at the Man City and the way the team is set up, I think that is one thing that we need to look at going into tomorrow's game. So I don't believe that there is no pressure. Regardless of what, we'll still have little pressure, because if you look at the way Man City is set up, anybody can come and hit us a dead blow. The team is so set up in a way that even if Ryan Sterling doesn't play, they are still a very dangerous team. Real Mahrez can step up. But if you look at, if Fernandes is not playing well, we're not playing well. And we've had issues breaking down teams who have set up in a low block. So tomorrow's game, for me, I expect us to be more clinical in terms of our passes. Most of the time, you see Fred giving away possession. in the final third and making errors in the in our own half, which has led to fouls given to other teams. I want to see what may I want to see is that tomorrow Fred doesn't attempt to make long passes and doesn't try those wayward shots. Just keep it simple, and let's see how it goes from there, and try to build that momentum. So talking about that momentum, what should be your predicted lineup? Like, who would you like to see? Because we all know that Dean Henderson, regardless, starts in goal. So, but who would you like to see from defense up front?
It's so unfortunate. Yeah, will not be starting. But Henderson is a very good replacement. He came back into the team at the beginning of the season, and he has never fair chance to play his worth as Manchester United's number one. Now is his opportunity. He's been arguably the biggest match of the season, which could decide the So this is the point where he needs to prove that Manchester United is number one. He needs to take advantage of the fact that David is. So for my left to make sure he has put the revelation of the season, I would never ever think of a signature.
Yes.
For me, in my 5 and 6, I'll go with Lindelof, and I'll go with our captain's name, Maguire. Even though my true preference would be a combination of Lindelof and Tadic, but for that kind of Tadic gives us rough. We could concede so many penalties. So I'm not the greatest fan of Maguire. I'll go with him for stability.
See,
and for my right back, is wonderful in this part.
Spider one.
Yes. So going to the midfield, this is where the game will be lost. One or lost for Manchester United. Yeah, the center of the park. I see a double for Fred and Scott McTominay. McTominay needs to keep things simple. They need to want their socks off tomorrow's game. They need to be at their brilliant best for Manchester United and beating Manchester City tomorrow. In behind the goal, that's what we have Fernandes. He needs to perform for all his great performances and his great stats. Fernandes has been disappointing against the top six. He has no good. I'll be hoping for that to change. He needs to step up for all we against the West Ham and delivers. But for a big player to be in Manchester United, he needs to deliver at the big stage. There's no better stage for him than tomorrow. On the left of the wing, Marcus Rashford. The problem I have with Rashford is inconsistent. But on his day, he's a brilliant. On his day, he will torment any defense. So I go for Marcus Rashford. I go for the experienced veteran we have. He's a brutal killer. He's a predictor. I will go with him. Funnily, I don't agree with you. On the right wing, I'll go with
Daniel James, of course. Daniel James masterclass incoming.
Martial has been too inconsistent for me to start, and Greenwood always has one on day. So I'll go with James. Let's see because I'm very sure Master will always keep it high. Let's see if we can beat that defensive line with space. Let's see how many times we can keep it and try to see if we can. I would also give them a great advantage to have a chance. Going to push them back, because the more we do that, the more we know threat we put and push them back. I would love to see Daniel James start with the right.
Okay, that's a nice one. For me, I would, regardless, Maguire, for me, whatever anybody say, Maguire is still our best, barring Bailey, because what you guys don't know is when he came, he offered us stability. That's the truth. And this season, he has been playing right from the back, and he has had more hands in us in our attack. Everybody doesn't know how important it is to our press and our transition going forward. But the problem with Maguire is he needs somebody who could always tell him what to do. It's not like maybe tell him what to do like he's a baby or something, but he needs that stability, just like how Ferdinand had Vidic, just like how um, Gerard Piqué had Puyol. It's the same way Ramo and Varane is. But we haven't seen that because Lindelof is quite a soft person, and him and Maguire are almost the same in terms of like for like in pattern. So, regardless of whatever you choose, I would like to see James start up front for us, and that's something that City might not see coming. And if this gamble pays off, I want to see Ole be a bit more risky in this game. Try to throw one of the boys from the youth players in. You could try Ahmad, you could try Shoretire, or one of those boys. Let's see what those boys can deliver for me. So that should be my own. But regardless, I think the excuse for Rashford this season, because he has been, in as much as he has been influential, he hasn't been his best compared to last season. And the news came out the night after we drew with our last game that we drew, that that was against Crystal Palace. He has been carrying a shoulder injury, which he has been playing through injection since December. Now, probably this news came to temper or just to simmer down the hate and the criticism towards him. I don't know, but this is not certainly the time for him to go and operate on that injury. But I would like to see the best of him. For me, just like you said, Martial has been a stranger. He has been a shadow of himself, and obviously Ole doesn't even fancy him as a centre forward from what I can see, because definitely Ole fond of Haaland, and Martial isn't that mode of striker of what he wants. So definitely it will be interesting to see what happens for tomorrow's game. If Martial gets his head, it won't be bad if he comes on, and let's see if he can do something. And that's it. But what would be your score prediction for tomorrow? What would you like to? What?
Yeah, you're good. You're putting me on the spot for that.
And
I'm a Manchester United fan, but I'll go with a 2-2 draw.
2-draw. Well, okay, so a draw. Well, for me, I want to be bold. I put my chest out there. Anybody should ask me. So I see our record in the last 3 games under Ole at Etihad, the last 2 games have been superb. So I see 2-1 win in favor of Manchester United. I'm going to shock people tomorrow, because when you least expect Manchester United to stop, that's when they step up. That's when they shock people, and they shut people up. And if you look at that, we could have like a bad patch, maybe like 3 games. You can't expect Manchester United to lose 1 game then win another. Most times it goes like that, like maybe 3 or 2 games. So I expect the run of draws. So either we win tomorrow or we lose tomorrow. We are not going for a draw, and I know that we're going to win that match.
That would be nice. That
would be nice. But one quick one before we go. This has not to do with tomorrow's game. But if in the summer, based on what the financial report that was released some days back, it shows that Manchester United didn't really make much in profits. And before the release, Ole said something about Manchester United would not be spending a lot in the summer. So your expectations about players coming in shouldn't be high. But if based on what they said, and we had to choose between 3 players that is important, or position that is more important, which will you go for between the CD role, that's the defensive midfield role, the centre back role, the right wing, and a striker? Which one do you think is very, very, or is more important now for Manchester United?
As much as we the central midfield role, I think one thing Manchester United has been lacking for the past 5-6 seasons now has been the proper right winger. We could still do trash on the left. We need a proper right winger on the right. To really improve our performances from the wings. Because still one of our problems. And the attacker is not really much of a force. So most times we see that wing is so non-existent. That's why
Yes.
because of the
But
attack.
yes, but do you know that if we have a proper CDM who know how to break early and pass through the line like those who can play the ball from the defense to the attack to initiate well transition play and make that transition smooth. We won't have to use Matic and McTominay and Fred who are not proper core. But the sweet thing about it is that you could play Lindelof and Maguire and might not really be obvious because you have somebody who's on the field. For me, it should be a DM. We can make use of what we have on the right for now. I have that and I'm mad. But if Anto's cheap in the summer, we should go though. So I quite appreciate you for coming to the show. It's a great pleasure. I hope to see more of you in other segments that will be creating more content for. It's guys, don't forget hit the like button, subscribe, share, and tell them to like and follow on all our platforms. Don't forget our YouTube target is 1,000. For now, that's our milestone. It's a pleasure and it's been fun. See you guys again. FO, you know where we go meet now. So
Yeah, it's always a pleasure being on this show, brother.
right, man. Safe one, guys.
All right.